Hey guys, welcome back to episode 2 of season 4 here at Chesnoid FC. Thank you very much for all of the support on episode 1. It's been the most viewed video we've had in this series for quite a while, so thank you for that. I appreciate it very much indeed. We are of course now back in the big time at Premier League level. We made some transfers yesterday, some big outs and some sizable ins as well, and we're hoping to make some more ins and perhaps a couple of outs still throughout the course of today's episode. Thank you for all of your suggestions. I won't go through them all individually, but just to scroll through quickly, you can see all of the various different names here. We're looking at goalkeepers, we're looking at potential fullbacks, centre-back and goalkeeper are the two positions that we're primarily looking to sign in. Waiting for scout reports and a number, of course. Main feedback in certain areas where you guys did want me to go out and sign Ashkenazi, so I will go and do that. Whether he gets loaned out or maintains his position as a squad player here in the club, we'll have to wait and see. But after we didn't sign the youngster last year, you guys were adamant that you wanted me to sign this youngster this year, so we will do so. No release clause is fine by me. There was some talk in the comment section as well about bonuses. I offered Enis Bardi a contract, and he came back with saying he wanted like a £2.5 million bonus for scoring 25 league goals. And I was like, he's not going to get that, and then removed it. And you guys were a bit confused by that. If it were real life, obviously he'd have to reach the 25 goals to get that £2.5 million payout, which would be fine because he wouldn't reach it. In FIFA, it's a little bit backwards. You offer them a bonus of £2.5 million for reaching 25 goals, and it takes that money out of your budget immediately, not once they've reached that goal. So I would definitely have lost that £2.5 million, even if Enis Bardi had only scored one goal. He would have gotten that bonus money immediately, which is backwards and wrong, but that's the way that the contracts work in FIFA at present. So unfortunately, that's just the way things are. So he's been, I obviously didn't then offer him that particular contract option, and we paid a little bit more wage-wise for an extra £9,000 a week or something like that, which in the long term will be cheaper than us than paying out £2.5 million up front, or whatever it was, like 1.2 or something. So Ashkenazi's now in, as you can see. Not sure yet where to utilise him. You guys have asked that maybe we even list him straight up for loan, and that is certainly something we could do. Wait and see how the transfer window develops before potentially trying to perhaps get something through on deadline day, or maybe a short-term loan in January to see if we maybe need the squad numbers in the meantime. But for now, it's going to be a case of waiting for those scout reports to come back. I've a lot of money at my disposal, so we don't have to worry about that at all. We've got one of those younger players, 20 years of age, with greater potential than the average players. We've signed the one crucial first-team player there already. Financially, that short-term one was last year's, so disregard that entirely. And then, of course, the domestic success is of low importance to the board this year, so provided we get the cup one, we shouldn't have to worry about trying to get top 4, which is absolutely unobtainable for us with the squad we have currently. But the squad is still decent, and we are looking to build to it. So build to it we will look to do. There's some interest in a couple of my players that I've got on my shortlist. Richedly Bazur is being approached by Torino. Vitesse have accepted an offer of £18.1 million. Aronson has gone to Spurs. That deal is now done, so we'll have even more money now at our disposal here in this window. But obviously we're not going to spend all of it because we might need to make alterations in January. Diangana and Ben Brereton Diaz continue to be my wide options. We've Jaden Bogle as a wide option as well, and I may well look for another winger, although Ashkenazi could perhaps now be my backup cam, and then Caden Clark we could move to be a wide player, and then that would solve that particular conundrum. So we wouldn't need to initially go out and sign a winger. So I could perhaps change Ashkenazi to a cam, and then Caden Clark to a right winger, and then we don't need to worry about spending money elsewhere. We can hopefully deal with what we've got in the squad, and then we should be all right, actually. Let's see how long it's going to take to change Ashkenazi to a cam, and that might dictate it. Jesus Christ. 2 weeks to a cam. That's pretty straightforward. That's that done. Right, Caden Clark. How long will it take to turn you to a right winger. I hope not long. 19 weeks. That's agreeable. 19 weeks. So then we'd have Caden Clark and Jaden Bogle as backup wingers. And then Alex Woods as a backup cam, as a super backup cam. And then Ashkenazi will get some first team football this year. And that would satisfy you guys in the comments section. Whoops, wrong way around. So that's that done then. We're still waiting to get Verlinden moved out. I believe the last offer we accepted for him, he turned down. Lorenz has completed his development plan, so we shall change that and add a different... Oh, he apparently has peaked at 68. Okay, great. I will go through and change everybody's development plans to try and get the maximum amount of growth out of everyone that we possibly can. With regards to goalkeeper position, there are some I want to scout. Players like Martin van der Voort was very highly requested, actually. If I do sign a young goalkeeper, it will be him. I'm sort of tempted to sign an older goalkeeper to allow Stevenson the chance to grow more, mainly in the positioning stat, to then become my first team goalkeeper later down the line. Kepa is still second choice at Chelsea. Kredetsky is second choice at Leverkusen. Dave Vlachodimos is their number one goalkeeper. Jasper Silesen isn't amazing, so I'm not sure if I'd go for him. I'm waiting to see what Aitor and Fairman look like. And there's also Diogo Costa as a potential younger goalkeeper and Lautaro Morales as well. But if I'm apprehensive to sign a younger goalkeeper because we kind of have a younger goalkeeper that we're looking to work our way into the starting squad. So I'd be more inclined to sign someone that's older and then graduate Stevenson up when his stats have improved enough. So we'll wait and see how things develop. I want to get the scout report back on Van der Voort because if he is exceptional, then he was the most requested by a margin goalkeeper role, and I have to give him the opportunity to show me how good he can be. But we're waiting for scout reports on a number of centre-backs as well, and I'm sure they'll come in the not too distant future. We won't concentrate too much on training the squad at this particular moment in time. Now, Giallo is a player I have already got scouted, and he is pretty decent. He's not massively old. I don't think he's only like 24, is he? Where are you? Yeah, 24, 79 rated. Quick. And decent in the tackle. His jumping is okay as well. 82 short pass too, so would be decent. I may just bite the bullet and just jump in on that. Although maybe we could perhaps try and bring Mark Gay back to the Premier League. Now, Romo looks like he could be pretty decent too, to be moved from CDM to centre-back. Obviously, Chalobah has grown to 78 since we let him go back to Chelsea at the beginning of last season when he was 77, but he still doesn't excel anywhere, but does have the potential to get to the early 80s. And he's a player we're familiar with and we know does well. Bazua is still in talks with Torino, but Van Oysden is a player that you guys requested, and he looks like he could be pretty good. And he's 4th or 5th choice at centre-back at Inter Milan, so it absolutely is a realistic potential transfer considering he's at a sizable club already. We're getting close to the first Premier League game of the season now. Interested in Diogo Costa now, and a transfer bid for Randy Nteka from Espanyol, which we shall reject. Don't want Ruben Vargas, thank you very much. Atleti have offered me £8 million for Lucero. That's valuation. I'd be quite happy to let them have him on loan, but I'm not really willing to let him go permanently. He is on the loan list, though, I believe, and a transfer bid from Hoffenheim for Itakura, who certainly will remain my number one starting centre-back. Diogo Costa has interest from Villa for his services at Porto. Let me just double-check that... just switch it this way. The Lucero is on the loan list. He is. His contract is expiring, though, so let's just quickly boost that. There we go. So he's got a new contract, and hopefully he will agree some loan football. Now, the first game of the Premier League season is only a week away now, so I'm going to start to concentrate on my training, and hopefully those scout reports will come back in between now and the game against Spurs, and we might be able to make a signing before we play our first game of the season. West Ham have made a bid for Alex Woods. And I'd be inclined to accept that. It's not a massive bid, certainly, but he has peaked. And we know we're, like, for 2 years in a row, we know we're not going to get a lot out of Alex Woods with regards future growth. So I'd be open to letting him go. It does mean that we'd be perhaps looking to try and sign another central midfield player, although with Kayusta, Clark, Morelli still here for the time, Ashkenazi as a cam, and his body can drop into centre mid. I think I'm happy with the numbers that I've got. I might look to loan a centre mid, and it's something I asked you guys about in the comment section. We didn't really get many loan suggestions. However, I have just had a scout report come back on Luis Romo, who looks really good for 29 years of age and 82 rated at Cruz Azul. And if I think Woods goes, I think Luis Romo... I'd have to pay his release clause of 40 million because they're not willing to sell him. That might change things a little bit. Not sure I'd be willing to stretch to 40 million, although we do have a sizable amount of money to throw about this window. I see that Bazua has now gone to Torino, so that's him out of the question. One thing I'm curious about is Tomiyasu's rivals for first-team football at Arsenal, because, of course, we have Itakura along, or potentially to play alongside him. Now, they have Pablo Mari, Ben Godfrey, and then Tomiyasu is kind of third choice, probably even second choice centre-back. So I don't think we can quite stretch to Tomiyasu at this stage of our career, of our progress as a club, but certainly someone that I would consider moving forward. Jaden Bogle is definitely someone I do want to now go and sign. Of course, you guys asked me to potentially raid some of the relegated sides. Reading, nobody of any note. Brentford, nobody of any note. Sheffield United, no one really other than Jaden Bogle. And I am looking for a backup wing-back. He's expensive, but he's quality. And certainly would be an improvement almost to go into the starting lineup, let alone being a backup. £33 million is his valuation. £33 million is what we'll offer him. Ooh, quite stubborn. You see him folding his arms and shaking his head there, the Sheffield United manager. You do realise you're in the Championship now, right? They really are playing quite hard to get here. I don't mind spending it, though, because he's 24. 40 million on the 29-year-old, not quite so much, but 40 million on a quality right back that will further improve, I'd be happy to do. He wants a crucial squad role. Maybe he fits straight in at right back. It's not initially what we were looking for, but maybe it just moves the squad around a little bit. Current wage 30 grand. I'll offer him 50, and he should just accept that straight off the bat. And they are happy to do so. Jaden Bogle is in. Now that does change things around. It does mean that Masson perhaps now drops to the bench. Well, it certainly means that Masson drops to the bench, because there's no way Jaden Bogle isn't going straight into the starting lineup. But now we have Liner and Masson as backup fullbacks. So I'm quite happy with that. And now hopefully Verlinden will still leave. Masson has a 3-star weak foot. Liner has a 3-star weak foot. Bogle has a 3-star weak foot. But obviously they can be improved upon with some training. So that's a solid move and a big improvement for us at wing-back. We are looking, obviously, to improve our defensive line more so than anything else. All this talk of wingers and cams. Goalkeeper, I'm still waiting for that scout report on Van der Voort before I make a definitive decision. But I am still leaning towards probably Hradetsky, if not Kepa. But probably Hradetsky at 34. His kicking is poor, but everything else is really good. And kicking really isn't that important. I tend not to even kick the ball out that much anyway. So we'll potentially pull the trigger on that before the Tottenham game. I'm still contemplating that whole centre mid role at the moment. With the depth we now probably don't have in that area. Bardi, McGree, Ferguson, Kayusta, Clark, Ashkenazi. I probably could do with just an out-and-out centre mid rather than, because I've got a lot of cams, although Bardi could drop. Maybe I recall Lasagash again. No, we've sent Lasagash out on loan to get some first-team football. Let's try and loan in someone that certainly could do a job for us if called upon. We've had a look at Xavi Simons at PSG a couple of times. We haven't bitten the bullet to try and loan him in. We did loan in Billy Gilmore more recently, didn't we? We were in championship level, and he did quite well for us. Let's try and loan in Xavi Simons. Would they let me have him? They'd be willing to accept. Whether he'd be willing to come to me is a different matter. Just a one-year loan, though, and hopefully Lasagash will improve enough so that he can come straight into the starting squad next season. That could be the best alternative for us. I think I'm just going to pull the trigger and go and get Hradecki. You know, he's really not going to cost me much at all. He's a goalkeeper of quality, and he allows us the opportunity to let Stevenson grow a bit and take that first team squad role. We're not really looking for a young goalkeeper. As much as I appreciate the interest from you guys in Van der Voort, if Stevenson doesn't improve and doesn't cut the mustard, then I will go for Van der Voort. But the initial intention is for Stevenson to take over that first team squad role. And 2 years is perfect. Certainly this year in the starting lineup. Maybe next year, potentially as well, as Stevenson continues to grow, and we'll get a decent amount of quality from Lukas Hradecki over the next 2 years. That's absolutely fine. He is in. We have ourselves a really decent first-team goalkeeper. There was a bit of flack in the comment section for me not signing the then free agent, Alphonse Areola. I was apprehensive to sign him, mainly because of backlash in the comment section. I didn't want to go out and sign an 84 rated player for free and then have people slate me in the comments saying, it's unrealistic, you've only just been promoted, you'll never get someone that's that high rated. So I held off. He then obviously subsequently signed for someone else despite being available on a free for all year. Then the one time I actually show interest in him, and that's when he signs for someone else. PSG have won the UEFA Super Cup, as you see there. Spain won the European Championships. I'm now going to advance. We're still waiting for our scout reports for some more centre-backs, most notably the one from Inter Milan. So I'm going to go and play Tottenham, and then we'll take it from there. Simons has actually turned down the opportunity to come on loan to us. Woods has now been sold to West Ham, so I am now short a central midfielder. Not massively short, because we still have plenty of bodies here at the club for the time being, but over the course of a full season, I may need that extra body. So, I don't really want to spend 40 odd mil on Romo. He would be really good. It just unfortunately turns out that we'd have to pay a full whack for him. And that's not really something I'd be looking to do. Maybe, considering we have the history with him, maybe Billy Gilmore, if he's not moved anywhere else, he's now 81 rated. Would they be willing to let me loan Billy Gilmore again? I don't know whether they'd actually be willing to let him go out on loan now that he's grown that much, but potentially. No, they're not. Would I want to sign Billy Gilmore permanently? With Enis Bardi being in his late 20s, Billy Gilmore's still very young. Lasagash, hopefully he's already up 2 so far this season to 77 in that loan spell at Newcastle. Bardi's 29, Kusa 25, Ferguson 24. Got a lot of Riley McGree 25. Got a lot of young centre mids already. I wouldn't want to sign Billy Gilmore and have him take Lasagash's spot at the club, because that's not the plan. But Enis Bardi's not going to be lasting that much longer, so maybe Gilmore comes in. We then maybe move, as you guys potentially suggested as well, Riley McGree further forward into that cam role to replace Bardi, and then Billy Gilmore comes in. All right, let's do that then, because we have had Billy Gilmore on loan. We know that he's decent. Let's go and sign Billy Gilmore for 30-odd million pounds and get that transfer deal done and dusted. We've got the goalkeeper. We've got everything else. I don't know if they'd want that much for him, considering he's probably not going to be in and around their starting squad. I'll try and get him for 30. If they'd be willing to let me have him for that. Indeed they are. I don't know why Thomas Tuchel isn't in the game. Or negotiating with me at the very least. What's he on a week, Billy? 87 grand. Now, I'd like to think he'll take a wage cut from there, Billy Gilmore. I'll say rotation. He'll probably want important. He can have it. Yeah, sure, why not? Length of contract, 4 years, if that's okay. Try and get a screenshot, actually, of Billy. So we can pop that in the thumbnail. Signing someone we've had before. 57 grand. He's already offered taking a massive wage cut, so I'm not going to negotiate too much with him. Be like, yeah, you know what? I'm happy for you to do that. Right. I'll keep Van der Voort on the list, but everyone else I'll take off here. And then centre-back, we're still waiting for. Tomiyasu, I'll hold off on. Van Oysden, I'm still waiting for that final scout report. Jallo has now gone to Genk, so that's him unavailable now. We don't need the left-back of Paulinho anymore. Romo, I'm now not going to sign. Right. Sinister, I don't need a winger. Kassoon, I don't need a winger anymore, so I'm going to remove him. Mark Gay is certainly someone that I would consider bringing back to the Premier League if he's good enough. Chalobah will be our backup option if we can't sign Van Oysden or Gay. But, okay, well, transfer targets prioritised. Askenazi position option change is already complete. Superb. That's that. Done. Still 76 rated. Let's... Oh, don't tell me he's peaked. I can't train him anywhere else. Oh, he's peaked at 76, for Christ's sake. Well, hopefully, dynamic potential can kick in if he can have a decent season. Right. First press conference of the year. It's quite the welcome back to the Premier League, playing Tottenham. Is the pressure on you to make the Champions League? We'll have to cope with people's expectations, but I don't think we will get top 4. We've lost Maya, absolutely, but we believe in Billy Gilmour. We know that he has proven quality. It's a big fixture to kick off the season. It certainly is. We know what we have to do. Hold our own. At the very least, we'll take it one step up the table at a time. Stay out the relegation zone. Get clear of the relegation zone. Work your way into the top half. Push for top 6. Maybe top 7 for Europa Conference League football. And then from there, move further forward. But certainly, my priority, personally, regardless of what the board say, is to avoid relegation back down to the Championship again. Now, we can't obviously play in our away kit. So we shall play in our home kit here. First outing of the brand new kits. Calvin Phillips at Tottenham Hotspur, as you can see there as well. Right. Welcome back to the Premier League, boys. Here we go. Bernardoni in goal for Spurs. Dumfries, Calvin Phillips at centre-back, Eric Dyer and Estupinian. Nathan Ake played at CDM. Probably be the other way around, those two, shouldn't they? Højbjerg and Bissouma in the midfield. Noni Madueke on the right. Son and Kane as the front 3. Calvin Phillips probably could do a pretty decent job at centre-back. And Nathan Ake can play at CDM, but still. The feedback has been given to EA about the lineup issue, and they are very much aware of it. And I keep... Oh, that's a great start. And I keep kind of beating on the drum saying this needs to be sorted, but obviously it takes time for things to be coded and for them to figure out what the root issue is. There's no point in them... Or we would probably get even more frustrated if they said that they'd fixed it and then it came back again. So we'll give them time, but hopefully it won't be long before that issue is fixed. Right. Let's crack on. So, oh, Christ, come on, lads, please. There we go. Let's not start as we mean to go on by messing up loads of passes. Keep that in, please. Well done. Right, Premier League football. What's it all about now in Season 4 rather than Season 1? We are infinitely better as a side from where we were when we got relegated. And we're very nearly 1-0 up against Tottenham as well. In there too. Ennis Bardi picked off nicely. Now, we did play Premier League opposition last year. We came up against Arsenal in the Cup, and we gave them a hell of a game, actually. And I'd be keen to see if we can replicate that this year. Oh, he's just trying to squeeze that pass off to the runner in the middle of Riley McGree, and he would have been clean through. Tottenham's defence split open there momentarily. Now Harry Kane is in a great position, and Tottenham might be scoring themselves. Noni Madueke, Lucas Hradecky makes a great save to start the day. Our new number 1. Trying to keep him a clean sheet on opening day is not going to be easy, but he certainly started well by making that stop. Hoping that Ennis Bardi can do a job for me in the middle in that cam role. Quite the creative, technical player, and you guys have said numerous times that I need more technical ability in the side. So hopefully Ennis Bardi is going to provide that. Certainly gives us a killer option from set pieces as well, but hopefully Riley McGree can improve in his passing. But quite the entertaining opening 25 minutes here. Chances at both ends, but no goals to this point. Okay, that's a ping. Iago should be underneath it, and is. Pressure's on, though. Oh, He's gone for me there. They are pressing on possession loss, Tottenham, and I'm hoping it's something we can take advantage of. Diangana in there to Ferguson, looking back for Grady Diangana. Now, Calvin Phillips is in two minds here as to whether to close me down or stick with Randy and Teka. I got a bit of a shirt pull there. Oh my God, it still nearly ended up going in. It was the worst header Ben Brereton has ever done in his entire life, and it still nearly crossed the line. How the hell have we very nearly gone 1-0 up there? That was, or it certainly would have been, laughable had it gone into the back of the net. Noni Madueke with a corner for Tottenham. 3.5 minutes to go till half time. Ferguson clears only as far as Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. In there to Yves Bissouma and Nathan Ake. Oh, it rolls over Diangana's foot. Poor attempt to take control of that. Ake, Son, Kane, Hradecky with the save. Top stop. Kane furious that he hasn't given Spurs the 1-0 lead there. New number one, proving his signing was very much worthwhile so far. Højbjerg into Harry Kane. Out wide to Noni Madueke. Back to Højbjerg. This is dangerous. Noni's got the pace. Kane's there and he sweeps it home. We trail by a goal to nil. At the very beginning of the second half, Tottenham have come to life. Hradecky can't keep that one out. Kane sweeps it home. Good movement by Noni Madueke. Quick 1-2. And then through the channel. And it's just well worked. The right pass at the right time into the right amount of space. And Harry Kane's right foot won't miss too many opportunities, will it? Still only one though, so the game's not done and dusted yet. Should we find the right pass of our own, there's still plenty of opportunity for us to get back in this. Oh, and if that had found its way through, we perhaps would have done. Harry Kane out wide here. Mateo Kovacic has gone to Leicester, which is a surprising deal. Bardi into Randy and Teka there. Bardi's going to go again. We'll look to get him in. Estupiñán's going to have him for pace. And his Bardi does have the technical ability to find a pass. Find a pass he has done. Looking for Randy and Teka. And Ferguson, well blocked. It's going to fall to Bardi, well blocked again. Chances are coming for an equaliser. We just need to actually get it past the defence and threaten that goalkeeper. We could be in behind here. Oh, Calvin Phillips with the interception of love. He's hated by everybody supporting Chesnoid FC. Randy and Teka was clean away there. Noni Madueke has been the main thorn in my side throughout this whole game. Again, he finds a sweet pass, and Hradecky gets across to that very nicely indeed to deny Tottenham a second, and that really would put the game beyond any reasonable doubt. But with moments still available, I just haven't been able to find that final pass in today's game. But it is going to be one of the harder games we have all season, Tottenham away. So we can't read too much into this for it being how the whole year will go. And only a slim, narrow 1-0 defeat against one of the league's top teams isn't necessarily anything to be super frustrated about. Strong tackle from Troy Parrott on Iago there, but it will go out for a goal kick. But as you can see, top left, time has gotten away from us. Son will go off, and the referee will blow. Well, I put full power on that to try and get it all the way to the front line. Final whistle will go, and we lose by a goal to nil, unfortunately. But positive signs in that game that we can create some chances against some good teams this year. I'm pretty confident that we'll survive relegation this season.
Just a couple of questions for you.
But the board obviously want much, much more from that. One mistake can prove costly is all we'll say. I don't know as Tottenham were absolutely the better side. A frustrating defeat certainly, but we just didn't take the chances that we created. And Harry Kane is a dangerous player. I mean, it goes without saying, doesn't it, really? So we'll see if we can make another signing between now and the game against Villa. And we have some scout reports back, although it looks like they're all for goalkeepers. Right. Oh, no, Van Oysden, there we go. How good is Van der Voort? He's 81 rated. Only 73 positioning. Again, positioning so low on some young goalkeepers. Frustrating. Van der Voort is a good option, though. Right, Van Oysden, 79 rated. I like the look. I like the look. A man in his early 20s with still some promise to grow. 4th or 5th choice centre-back at Inter Milan to become 1st choice centre-back here at Chesnoid FC. they should just accept 20 mil. Shouldn't expect they want much more than 25. You are not having Riley McGree. Thank you very much. Will you accept £20 million? 22.9. Done. A new centre-back, provided he agrees contract terms, on his way, on 70 grand a week. Similarly, coming from a big team, I'd expect him to take a bit of a wage cut. Probably won't want crucial. He'll accept important. Good. 3 years is fine by me for now. We can always extend that a little bit later down the line. You want a release clause. I'd rather not have one in there, to be completely honest. And 50 grand, happy enough with that. Happy enough with that. A brand new centre-back in. I'm curious to see how good Mark Gay is, but for now, that's what we'll do. He's in. He will start. Mil Haid will drop to the bench. Nuva Martin is out of the starting squad. Billy Gilmore I need to put onto my bench as well. There we go. So that is the squad then. That's how we look for this season. More quality players in. Not world-class quality, but certainly, again, an improvement on what we've got. A one-year loan for Lorenz. Agreed. Off he goes out to try and get some more first-team football. Right then. Which one do I sim and which one do I... Oh! Cambridge United away in the cup. Much as I'd love to play that, we will sim it. And we'll play Everton away. We'll play the away game. So we'll go and sim this home game against Aston Villa. We'll fully rotate the side for the game against Cambridge. And then, hopefully, we can get the result against Everton. What are we going to do against Villa in the sim? A 2-1 win. Jaden Bogle gets his first goal for the club. Ben Brereton Diaz scores our first goal back at Premier League level after scoring the goals that got us to Premier League level. So perhaps it's very apt that he was the one to put the ball in the back of the net. Right. Let me go and sort my side out for this game against Cambridge. We'll have a quick train as well, and I'll see you in a moment. Oh, Mark Gay's scout report has just come back. He was 79 rated also. 93 sprint speed. I think we made the right decision. I think I'm happy with Van Oysden. Right, here we are lining up against Cambridge United. Remarkably, we've played them twice in this save now, I think, which is unusual. I very rarely come up against Cambridge in any career modes, and every time we do, it's always a delight for me, obviously, as a Cambridge United fan. We will be doing a Cambridge United RTG later on in the FIFA year, but it won't be the series after this one. It'll be the series after that, I think. For now, though, you can see the starting lineup for me is fully rotated, and we should still be very much strong enough to see United off here. Only just, though, by 3 goals to 2. Bardi with a goal, Bardi with 2, in fact, and Jaden Braff with the other. So we'll head now to the game against Aston Villa, which actually we will also simulate. And then Braff is... Oh, no. What? Has the game against Villa been moved? Oh, no, we played... We simmed the Villa one, didn't we? We won by 2 goals to 1. Yeah, okay. I got myself all confused for a moment. I was like, hang on. Wasn't the Cambridge United game first? No, it wasn't. A bid from Villarreal for Lewis Ferguson. I'm relatively comfortable enough in turning that down. I'm only going to sell players to the absolute tip-top sides. Other than that, I think we're in a position where we can count ourselves relatively big enough, considering the quality of our squad, to be able to bat off any other deals. 1 year loan for Moretti is good enough for me. A bid from Valencia for Uwe Martin. I tell you what, I'll accept that. If Uwe Martin leaves, then I will sign Trevor Chalobah or Mark Gay. One of the two. Ooh, which one? Chalobah we have experience with, so we'll go with Trevor Chalobah. We'll sign Trevor Chalobah if Martin leaves, which I expect he will do. It's very, very rare that... not side select. Very, very rare that players don't accept a contract for a permanent deal. Right, we'll play... Yeah, we'll play in our away kit, and we'll see what we can do against Everton here. Our first game in the away kit. Hopefully. Oh, Martin Odegaard up top for them. Strange decision. Right, let's wait and see what their full side looks like. Jordan Pickford in goal for Everton then. Tavares, Sula, Ibanez and Luca Digne. Doucouré and Jean-Philippe Gabama. De Frutos, Anthony Gordon and Gerard Moreno with Martin Odegaard up top. It's a strong side. Nicolas Sula and Ibanez back there are going to be really hard to get the ball past, but we'll try our best. That's all we can ask of the season, or all we can ask of the side in our first season back at this level. Ducore looking over top, but that's loose. And Grady Diangana is back there to get rid of it. Has to be said, this away kit looks phenomenal in game. Really, really do like the way that this kit looks. Thank you to Commander for suggesting this away kit. It's a lovely all into Ennis Bardi. And Grady Diangana is in now. He started the move by cutting out Everton's ball over the top and very nearly ended it too. I think this might be my favourite kit that we've had in this save so far. Genuinely up there. Couldn't quite get to that. Can Lewis Ferguson have an effort? It's off the post. Unbelievable strike that very nearly gives us a wonderful opening goal to this game. Everton can count themselves very fortunate to not be behind. What a hit by Lewis Ferguson. That was travelling towards that top corner. Ødegaard again, try and keep him off the left foot. Release, deny him any space on that left foot for getting a shot away. Abdoulaye Doucouré tried to step in there with Riley McGree and couldn't. Anthony Gordon spins that out wide to Gerard Moreno. And we've won it back. And we'll try and go on a counter. Grady Diangana came very close earlier on. Oh, that's a chop from behind. It's taken me out and a teammate. And certainly will be a yellow card there for Anthony Gordon. Not sure if that's frustration from them lacking the ability to get a shot away a moment ago, or just the fact that he felt like throwing a challenge in. I'm not sure. We'll work this out left this time rather than coming down the right. Iago into Ennis Bardi. Excellent first touch. That's what we mean when we say we've got a little bit more quality technically. Being able to bring a ball down like that, get it under control. Very, very impressive indeed. Oh, it's going to fall to Grady Diangana, but I couldn't react quickly enough to get a shot away. Trying to work some space and find a teammate in perhaps a shooting or crossing position like Grady Diangana there. And there is a man at the back post, but it's Ennis Bardi. He has to be on his own to win headers. He's only little, but he has won the header, but it's over the bar. I get that to Tavares, who's just gotten there ahead of the defender. And Martin Ødegaard out-muscled once, and Itakura does it again. Excellent defending to stop Everton from going 1-0 up there. Bit of frustration creeping in for the Everton players. Already seen one rash challenge. That was another one that, thankfully from their point of view, didn't actually make contact. Iago will look forward here, looking for Ennis Bardi. Finds him well. Ah, but it's loose from Bardi. Expect better from him in that situation. Now we're in trouble again. De Frutos on the counter-attack. Coming towards the end of the first half here. We took it to half-time at 0-0 against Spurs. Hoping that we can keep a clean sheet for the entire game on this occasion. That will at least give us a point. But we have looked the more likely in scoring a goal, I think. I'd like to say, anyway. Is he onside there, De Frutos? He is. Spins well. Back to Thomas Tavares. Doucouré has options. A number of them. De Frutos. Ødegaard. Fredetsky's there to make a stop. I say make a stop. I think it just hit him. Iago away. Randy Nteka does win the header. It's going to be 0-0 at half-time as it was against Spuds. We'll try again in the second half, and this time hopefully it's us that scores the goal. Doucouré. Not many options for him here. Hopefully we can steal it off them and get the opening goal of the game. Jean-Philippe Gabama. Oh, nicely weighted through. Ødegaard and Anthony Gordon doing well. Van Oysten sticking in a toe to get rid of it. You see the Everton players push there. Tavares again lunging for me and not getting there. McGree into the path of Randy Nteka. Now if he can find Ennis Bardi here, we could be in. It's a terrible pass. Really good opportunity. Can he find the pass this time? No! Come on, Randy! Christ! Twice we could have set Ennis Bardi in behind. Twice he's failed. Ødegaard out wide to De Frutos. Still either side could win this fixture. It is there for the taking. And Randy Nteka is trying his hardest. He's involved in everything so far in this second half. We find a teammate. He can. Plays an accurate pass. It was Ferguson has to turn away from some players. Randy Nteka is in here. Can he finish instead of being the man trying to create? Very nearly. Perhaps I put a little bit too much power on that. It really wasn't far away from finding that top corner. I'm going to change things a little bit. We're going to try and move Riley McGree into that cam role. And then we'll bring Billy Gilmore on in a slightly deeper role. And see if we can try and unlock their defence that way around. Randy Nteka is, whilst frustrating at times with his passing, he is still my best option when it comes to trying to get the goals. Broja, as of yet, hasn't really impressed in any games for me. just from the way that I play, my feeling with playing with him. So I'm going to put my faith in Randy Nteka. He was my top goal scorer last year. He was my most creative player last year as well. He is the man that makes this team tick offensively. But we might need to start ticking defensively sooner rather than later. Because Everton have now taken the lead. Forwards and backwards. Didn't know where to go. They've taken a 1-0 lead here, Everton. We're going to have to fight from behind again. Think Decore is going to shoot. No. Think Decore is going to shoot. No, it's really well worked. But sometimes passes that are that quick are undefendable. Under pressure. Have noticed immediately the difference between Premier League and Championship football. We noticed it in that one cup game against Arsenal, and certainly noticing it here again today in games against Everton and Tottenham. A real step up in quality, which is what you expect. What you should certainly expect from the top flight in any given country. Jaden Bogle wins that back well. Looking through there for Billy Gilmore, who could turn, look to get away. Look at Grady Diangana go for a run. Oh, if he just let that run in front of him, he could really have been away. Riley McGree finds Randy Nteka, looking for Grady Diangana. I see Lewis Ferguson approaching at the back post. He's won the header, but he can't get it on target. Under pressure with the defender, and Luca Digne does just enough to put him off. He might be suffering a second single goal to nil defeat here in a played game this season. Oh, but we've been so close on numerous occasions in this game to getting the chances that would certainly see us score. Two of the better sides in the division, obviously, Tottenham and Everton. We're not expecting to finish above, or at least I'm not expecting us to finish above either of them this year in the table. We've gotten some points against Villa, and we have certainly shown signs in this game, and a little bit in the game against Tottenham. That's a terrible touch. That we have what it takes to create some chances in this division. And I am a lot more confident of staying up this year than I was in the first season. But the referee's not going to allow me the chance to counter. We probably wouldn't have scored anyway. Everton 1, CFC 0. We lose our first two away games, of the season by a single goal. But chances came. Lewis Ferguson so very close to a goal from distance to set this first episode alight. But in neither game could we score a goal in the played ones today. But there will come opportunities moving forward. There were opportunities in both games today. If the formation isn't fully working by the October-November time, then I will change to a 4-4-2 and try both strikers up top and see if we can't force the issue. I'm slightly wary, though, of committing too many men to the final third and getting stuck defensively and shown up defensively whilst not having the numbers back there. You can see how much money's been spent so far on transfer deadline day. The biggest deals so far. Hang on. We get a bid from Manchester United for Lucero. He's just not going to play for teams like that, though. Loan him. Loan him. I'm quite happy to let him go out on loan. It's like Lasagash in previous years. I want him to go out on loan, not permanently. I'm going to stand my ground on that one because he could be the future for us. Zaniolo to Juventus from Hertha Berlin is the biggest transfer so far this window for 97.4 million. Joe Gomez to Inter Milan, which is half the reason why we felt confident enough to get Van Oysden in, for 89.2. And Bernardo Silva has gone to Real Madrid for 88.5 million pounds. Some more money being spent here as we push through transfer deadline day. I'm not sure where it's being spent. A number of bigger deals going through. Moretti's gone out on loan. Martin has now been sold. Oh, Jesus Christ, a bid from Barcelona for Grady Diangana. I mean, what? A youngster that isn't going to get first team football at Manchester United, I'm happy enough to decline. But, I mean, Barcelona aren't what they used to be by any stretch. They're certainly not keen on spending a lot on Grady Diangana. I will try and get a decent fee for him, but 36.5 they will pay. So we are going to need another winger then. Do I go for Kassoun? Maybe. Try to remember all of the wingers. I'm going to have to go back and check the comment section and try and find some more wingers. Or do I just go out and sign that young Kassoun guy? Franjo Kassoun, 80 rated. Go on then. If Grady Diangana does go, which we expect him to, we'll sign the player that you guys wanted me to sign 12 months ago. We'll get that signing done. We certainly have the finances to do so. Hoffenheim have bid for Nteka. I'll turn that down. Bid for Itakura from Everton, who's just been impressed with how he played, but we'll turn that down too. Time running out. There is an email there. I imagine then that is the man being sold. Diangana has gone to Barcelona. Celta Vigo now bid for Randy Nteka, and they've offered me Nemanja Radonjic. I don't want him, thank you. Grady Diangana is gone. Still got 70 odd million pounds to spend here. We're going to spend some of it now on Franjo Kassoun. About 30 to 35 million pounds. So probably spending what we've made on that Grady Diangana deal to get this one over the line. A 15% sell-on clause. I'm quite happy to pay that, or to give you that, because it's not going to really be any skin off my nose. Right. He's not going to want much wage-wise, I wouldn't have thought. And they're pretty similar. They're pretty similar in play style, I imagine. Although he does have 4-star weak foot and skill moves, Kassoun. So he could be a step up on Grady Diangana now that he's grown a little bit since we last looked at him. 25 grand a week. Hands down, straight away. Get yourself in through the door, mate. Kassoun will now be... why have you put... See, baffles me that it does that. Right, someone's gone from left wing. So what do? Let's put a right back there when I've got other players in that position in the squad. Stupid bloody game. Kassoun is in. And into the starting lineup then. We welcome a player that you guys wanted me to sign a year ago. And now he's in. Over £1 billion spent on deadline day alone. We are involved in that. Inter Milan now bid for Lewis Ferguson. God damn it! I have no idea who I'd replace Lewis Ferguson with. Inter finished, what, second in Serie A last year? I can't turn that down. Fuck! It's been a hell of a transfer window. I will ask for a sizable fee because he's still only 25. And they don't want to pay much more than what he's valued at. I will come down considerably. And if they'll pay 40, they can have him. They will pay 40. I have 3 hours to find a centre mid replacement. I have Billy Gilmore, who I can throw straight in there. Ugh. Right. What I'll do is I will throw Billy Gilmore into the starting lineup. And then we will wait and see how Gilmore does. And you guys will have the opportunity to offer me suggestions between now and January. It doesn't look like it's going to go through in time. It doesn't look like it's going to go through in time. Atletico have bid for Itakura, but there's not enough time left in the window. Lewis Ferguson may actually end up staying. Are we going to get lucky here? Let's see what else everyone else has done in the transfer window. So, Arsenal, a lot of business for them. Zubeldia, Godfrey, Chekhov, Pablo Felipe and Garcia in with White-Beer in and Holding out. Aston Villa, Jimenez in, Costa and Phillips, Martinez and Brandt out. Vlahovic in at Brighton. Oliveira and Julian Brandt has gone from Villa to Brighton. Yves Bissouma out. Icardi, Giananolu and Tillman in at Chelsea with Billy Gilmore out to me. We've spent 161 and made 159. Lots of business. Crystal Palace, Rico Ferreira, Paulinho and Maximenko in. Nothing out. Sarabi and Tavares in at Everton with Godfrey and Odriozola out. Fulham doing a little bit. Leeds spending a lot, 140 million spent there. A little bit, well, about half of it made back again. Rafa Kovacic in Leicester, as we saw earlier on. Soumare out. Muller, Matip and D'Angelo. They've signed Matip back again, Liverpool. They've sold Van Dijk. Virgil van Dijk sold from Liverpool Football Club. Where's he gone? Not sure. Gomez and Van Dijk out at the same time. And Jota and Jones. Curtis Jones leaves them too. City. Bernardo Silva out. Another Silva in. Sangare and Matinho. Manchester United, Oliveira, Alvarez from me and Mancini in. Koita, Kondogbia and Bentancur with Rakic, Longstaff and Truffert going out at Newcastle. Norwich will sign White, Cardenas, Campana and Postema. Southampton has spent 150 million. Lo Celso, Scamacca, Ginter and Vigna. Salisu, Koita, Perro, Livramento and Gineppo out. Favre, Aronson and Basuma in at Tottenham with Lo Celso, Bergwijn, Pascozzi and Phillips going out. So sold Calvin Phillips. Now, Watford not doing anything. Manolas, Rogic, Costa, Woods and Buta in at West Ham with Ejrabat, Tavares and Diop out. Dubrovsky and Lang in at Wolves with Cutrone and Silva out. I don't think Lewis Ferguson is going to leave. He doesn't. Ferguson transfer talks to Inter Milan break down. He's going nowhere. That is a large stroke of luck. Sorry, Billy, but Lewis Ferguson's back. And he's gone up a rating to 83 since we got to February. Oh my God, how lucky can you get? Jesus Christ. We keep our main midfield man by the skin of our teeth. Transfer history then. In this window, you saw the big three. Vlahovic to Brighton was the other one. Jota, Lang, Noah Lang to Wolves from Club Brugge. Artur to Bayern. Maxi Gomez to Atalanta. Alvarez we saw. Rakic, Mazraoui to Barcelona. Braganza to Atalanta. Andre Silva's gone to Manchester City. I'm curious to know where Virgil van Dijk has gone, unless it's a loan signing or can't be a pre-contract. Senesi's gone to AC Milan. Matty Cash has gone to Leverkusen. Tonali to Monaco. Van Dijk, it's going to be a minimal fee. 33 years of age now. Gone to Barcelona for 42.9. He's still 89 rated. Bloody hell. Yves Basuma, Coop Mainers, Macias. Baumgartner was a player that you guys recommended to me, but he's gone to Nice. Dubrovsky, a goalkeeper. A regen goalkeeper, actually. Just out of curiosity, how good is he? Bentancur's gone to Newcastle. Bergwijn went to Monaco, sorry. Ben White to Norwich. Ihataren to Hoffenheim. Kostic went to Inter. Well, that was a roller coaster of emotions on transfer deadline day. Ups, downs, players in, players out, players go, players stay. 14th in the Premier League table after 3 games. I'd take that at the end of the season, but the board want more. We may well have to achieve more if we want to keep our job. Tomorrow, as we press forward, Brighton, Newcastle, Liverpool and Wolves. The Premier League season continues. It's going to be a tough year, but hopefully one that we will thoroughly enjoy and sees us stay in the Premier League. Back-to-back Premier League seasons would be a first. I'll see you tomorrow.